Hi. If you genuinely clicked on this video because you want to learn how to make a friend, or you want to learn, is there a connection to friendship? Do we have a code for it? You're in the right place. In the next few minutes, I'm going to be teaching you some of the in-depth knowledge that I've learned about friendship, doing a lot of research and through my own experience. So let's get into the video. So what is friendship? What is true friendship, right? We all have friends, okay? I'll define them into two categories. One is the friendship that are based on proximity, and the other friendship is based on spirit, right? So what are the two different types? So proximity is your friends that are there, well, because you're friends with them, or you see them in school, or maybe you see them in college, or maybe you're working and you see them at your workplace. So this is friendship based on proximity. That is depending on how close they are, not in terms of heart, but in terms of distance. So it's because you see them every day. So I've had friends in school, a lot of friends, but after school got over with, only a few of them stay in touch, and maybe just a very rare one or two of them are super close to me till this day. So I think those two friends that I have, they're very spirit driven friends, right? So this is the other friendship that I'm talking about. So spirit driven friends, these are friends that you can talk to them maybe 7 days a week, or maybe even more, or you cannot talk to them maybe for months, but you'll still have that connection. So what is this connection? What is this bond? Have you ever been with a person and you were like, man, this person, like, I can vibe with them, they are so similar to me or my thoughts or the things that I want to say. Some friends that you genuinely just start laughing if you're with them. It doesn't matter how long you've been away, but every time you meet them, you feel like, oh my god, I miss them so much. So these are the kinds of friendship that are spirit driven, right? So these are two kinds of friendship that you have. So as you're listening to this video, don't forget to subscribe, because there's a lot of insight that I'm going to be sharing with you. So stick around till the very end. So what are the three types of friendships, right? So there's the friendship of utility, there's a friendship of pleasure, and there's a friendship of virtue, right? These are the three important friendship types that everyone has. All right, so what is the friendship of utility? These are the friends that are there. It's like a give and take. So it's kind of like a transaction. You go to an ATM, you put in the card, right? You type in your pin, how much money you want, and then you get back money, right? So same thing, it works with friends. So these kind of friends are like, they're friends, like you can call them and be like, hey, I need help with this, could you maybe provide this? They'll be like, yeah, sure. And then maybe later on they might be like, hey, remember you helped me with this, so could you help me with this too? And they might ask you a favor, you might ask them a favor. It's based on utility. So you share something with them, they share something with you, right? So this is one. Another thing, the second one is friendship of pleasure. So this is something that you just have fun with these kind of friends, that maybe you meet them at the gym. They might be your gym buddy, or like your coach, or like, it depends. You're hanging out with them just for fun in a mall, or they're not as close, but you just have fun with them, right? And you might genuinely build closer connections starting off with these friendship. But these are just generally the types of friendship. So the friendship of virtue, right? This is the most important friendship. This is the friendship where I'm talking about is there's a bond, there's a connection, and believe it or not, so these three types of friendship were actually told by Aristotle, right? So he was a great philosopher, and this is what he had mentioned. So friendship of virtue is the most important friendship of all. And if you have a friend like that, you are blessed beyond measure. So let's say you are not having a lot of friends and you're watching this video and you're super lonely and you're like, how do I actually make friends? What do I do? Where do I go? All right. So if you're an adult, well, I'll tell you how you can make friends as an adult. But if you're in school or if you're in college, you're already in the best place to make a lot of friends, right? But how do you actually make genuine friends? We'll get into that later. So let's just go on to like how to make friends, right, in school and in college. First things first, you have to talk to people. You can't make friends without talking to people. That's very important. You go around, just have a conversation, strike up a conversation with somebody, and something might interest you. Somebody might interest you, right? They might have similar interests. So maybe go to music classes or sports. Make a lot of friends in sports. So these kind of ways is how you make friends, right? Just you have to go and strike up a conversation. It could be anything. It could be random. You could just be like, hey, Hi, how are you? I saw you, and how's everything going on? What are your interests? What do you do? Do you play basketball? Go play basketball with them. You play football or music classes, or you guys are into movies or whatever it is, right? That's how you make a friend. But this was all in school and maybe in college. But for a lot of adults watching, right? How do you make a friend as an adult? So, yeah, there are a few ways. So, you're obviously working as an adult. If you're not, well, I'll tell you still how you can make friends, all right? So, you can go find friends at your workplace, find friends at the gym, find friends at probably church or any meeting place. So, any kind of social gathering, this is where you make friends, right? So, these are for adults who really are struggling to make friends. So these are the, I would say, the top three. You try to make friends from work, try to make friends at the gym, and try to make friends at a social gathering, like for example a church or a hangout spot. Okay, you can just go and make friends, but you have to talk. That's important. Anyways, now back to this question of how do you make genuine friendships, and is there actually a code? Is there actually a secret formula? And yes, there is a secret formula. All right. So it's a code. So let's just say, since it's code, there are three C's, right? So you need to have compassion, consistency, and there's one more other C that I'm going to be telling you later on in this video. So stick around. So how do you think a genuine friendship actually lasts? So short story, I have a friend, all right, his name is Dwij, and he's right now in Canada. It's been almost 5 years since he went to Canada. He was my school friend actually from the 8th grade. So from the 8th grade to college, I've never seen him after 12th grade, after school got over. But till today, we even spoke, I think, a few minutes back regarding this video. But I had to tell him like, hey man, I'm gonna be shooting this video. And yeah, how do we have this genuine connection? So let me tell you. So like I explained, right, the utility of friendship, right? There was no pleasure friendship in there, or it was something that is a virtue. That means there is nothing exchanged for value. Okay, we are generally interested in each other's life, and we want each other to win regardless. If I lose and if he wins, I'm going to be happy, or if I win and he loses, he's still going to be happy for me, and we're going to be helping each other out always, right? But what is the secret? Is there a code for these friendships? So like I said, first is consistency. It's been almost 5 years since he went to Canada. He did come last year just to visit me for a few days, but other than that, it's been almost 5 years since I saw him physically. So there's this one quote my friend had taught me. His name is Rohan. He told me like, Anders, do you know what? No matter the distance, if the hearts are connected to each other, be it any kind of relationship, right? Be it a family relationship or a lover or a friend, if the hearts, right, are true to each other, the distance does not matter. And I think that's what's true about a friendship too. Like no matter how far that person is, right, if your hearts are true to each other and you have that compassion and you're consistent with each other, you're going to be genuinely having a beautiful friendship that can even last for decades and even last for lifetimes. So the friendship that I have with Dwij has lasted for over a decade, right from school, and I'm pretty sure it's going to last till the end. I don't know, towards the end of life, and I hope it happens. So I'm very blessed to have a friend like that. And even if you are not having a friend like that, don't worry, all right, you can still find a friend. It's never too late, right? So this is the thing. So one is consistency, that you got to be consistent with each other. Okay, and next you got to be compassionate on each other. So if I don't call him for in a couple of days, he might call me, or if he doesn't call me in a couple of days, I might call him. So one of the biggest thing is like, I wouldn't say we don't have ego, right? We do, but it's a very healthy kind of ego. It's like a competition to build each other up, to see who's the better version, right? Just pushing each other, that's okay. But we genuinely don't have that ego or any kind of hatred towards each other, and that is very key. Ego is a 3-letter word, but it can destroy a lot of friendships. It has destroyed a lot of mine, and some of it is my fault too. I'm not saying no, right? So we make all these kind of mistakes. We'll get into that later. So some of the genuine mistakes we make during a friendship, right? So that is important. So consistency, compassion, right? These two are super important. So let me tell you another thing. When you're making friends, right? A lot of them you might not even be as close, or you might think they're close and they might not be close, and maybe they might not genuinely look after you, or you might not feel like, hey, I'm not connecting with this person like how I used to connect like before, and that's totally fine. Let me tell you, these kind of things you have to remember is it's okay. You can't have a, maybe some friends are only seasonal, so this is another topic. Seasonal friends, that they might just be there for that season. You might learn from them, you might get hurt from them, or you might hurt them, it doesn't matter. But there are seasonal friends, and you have to accept that, right? So that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. So now let's get into something that is also very important topic. A lot of people ask me like, hey, I was in a toxic friendship, I was in a toxic friend group, or anything like that. So how do you identify like, hey, if this friend was actually not right for you, all right, or you might be the bad person, and if this video can resonate with you, and if it's giving you conviction, well, there are a lot of things you have to change, all right? So number one is, in that friendship you don't feel like you're important, right? That is a very, like, you don't feel included, or you don't feel important. That is a very important sign that you have to see in your friendship. Okay, if you feel like, hey, I don't feel important, or if I feel like I'm putting way too effort, that's a sign. Number two is, if you're feeling very drained from that person, if that person is draining uh, your whole life, like you feel like every time you're with them they drain something from you. It could be mainly your energy, it could also be your resources, and you feel like they're just using you. If you ever come across people like that, that also is there. All right, another thing is, you have to understand, if that person is genuinely comforting you when you are mourning, or if you're having something wrong going on, but instead of doing that they just judge you, and then they just like put you down. And see, don't get me wrong, there are good friends. If you make a mistake, they'll call you out on it, saying that, hey, this is wrong, you got to change it. They'll call you out and they genuinely care. That's different. But I'm talking about friends who just don't want you to win, and you kind of understand this sneaky behavior, like, hey, you know what, that's not good, you can't do this, you can't do that, but they always genuinely put you down. So that's another sign that you got to watch out for, right? If these are the signs that you feel like you feel in your friends group, or one of your friends, you got to talk to them about it and tell exactly how you feel and correct it. That's that. So this is something that friendships always it always happens, all right? So this is one thing. Okay, I'm also going to be telling you guys now, what is the one thing that helps you make a friend, right? So if you don't have a friend, that's totally fine. Try to be the friend that you want your friend to be, right? So it's very important that you always attract the person that you are, right? If I'm, let's say, the example is like, I like to play basketball, and if I attract a friend in a basketball court, I just go and watch it, I go and play, I'm slowly going to be attracting a friend who plays basketball too. And let's say, it depends, if I want to be funny and I'm funny, you always attract what you think, right? So that's very important. You have to understand that you attract what you think. So if you don't have a friend, don't worry, be the friend that you want your friend to be, right? And you will automatically attract that friend who's gonna just be there for you, and is gonna be a rock. So that's very important in friendship. So I hope this video helped you guys a lot. It's been a while, so I'm going to be starting this series. Okay, thank you so much for sticking around till the end. If you were here, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe, because it really helps the channel grow. So we're going to be going into more deep dives, okay, more long form content like this. It's been so long, so I just thought I'll use this platform to talk to you guys, and it's gonna be amazing. So welcome. And thank you for staying up this much. If you actually listen to me and you listen to this video, I hope you gained a lot of insight on this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. So the series is called the Red Diamond Files. So this was about friendship. The next is going to be probably about dreams, and probably about a lot of other interesting topics to talk about. All right. So hope you guys got something useful out of this video, and all the best to make a friend. And I hope you analyzed yourself in this video, and I hope you analyze your friends too. And have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye. Take care.